Now, here's a term some might not be familiar with: roll bar stiffness. Sounds technical, doesn't it?
It does, but in essence, it's about how the car reacts to lateral forces, especially during cornering. Adjusting the roll bar can change how the car behaves mid-corner. A softer setting can be more forgiving, but a stiffer one might give the driver a quicker response, albeit with less margin for error.
You ever think about what's ticking inside a driver's noggin during these laps?
All the time. It's a mix of analyzing, strategizing, and adapting. Every corner, every straight is a puzzle, and they're trying to solve it at full speed.
Sunrider posted a 2:20.793 on their last lap. How will they do on this one? Jury U is not hanging about, straight into the thick of it on this first flying lap. They're getting a real taste of the Toyota GR86's capabilities.
Absolutely. It's about understanding the limits early on. You'll see them experimenting with braking points and turn-in speeds, all while keeping an eye on those tire temps.
And off goes Puppy Dog from hell, easing into the rhythm of Sebring International Raceway. This lap is like the first sip of your morning coffee, waking up the sensors, priming the engines.
Yeah, it's about syncing up with the machine, getting that perfect harmony between driver and car. It's like a prelude to a symphony that's about to unfold on the track.
There's the first flying lap for Mike O'Hagan, hitting 2:18.168. It's a start, but they'll be looking to iron out those kinks as they get more laps under their belt.
Right on, Rob. It's early in the session, so there's plenty of time to experiment and find those extra tenths of a second.
Sunrider's first serious lap is in the books with a time of 2:21.178. Good effort, but I'm expecting them to really push the envelope in the next few laps.
Yeah, it's about building that momentum, Rob. Fine-tuning their approach with each turn, each lap, getting more out of the car and themselves.
And away goes Puppy Dog from hell, charging down Flying Fortress straight like a bull at a gate. This lap's where they set the tone for the session.
Indeed, Rob. It's about laying down a marker, seeing how the car responds when they dial everything up to 11. They're testing the waters, but also setting their own benchmarks.
These practices, mate, they're like a kangaroo finding its best hop. Once you've got it, you're unstoppable.
Couldn't have put it better. Finding the perfect launch is all about repetition and adjustments.
Mate, these drivers aren't just burning rubber for the fun of it. They're chasing the ghost, that perfect lap that's always just out of reach.
Absolutely. Back in my racing days, I used to call it chasing the dragon. It's that feeling when you know there's still a little more in the tank, a fraction of a second to be found.
Yoff crosses the line with their first flyer, clocking a 2:22.191. They're getting to grips with Sebring International Raceway, feeling out its quirks and corners.
It's like the first round of a chess match, Rob. They're making their opening moves, setting up for the later, faster laps where they'll really show their hand.
There's no mucking around for Puppy Dog from Hella Euro, straight down to business on this first flyer. They'll be keen to see what times they can clock in early on.
Yeah, and it's not just about speed. It's about rhythm, finding that flow around Sebring International Raceway. Getting into that groove early can set the pace for the whole session.
Alright, Chris Ilduke has put down a 2:25.867. It's a decent benchmark, but I reckon there's more juice to squeeze out of that Toyota GR86.
For sure, Rob, it's early days. They're just starting to sync up with the track. We'll likely see those times tumble as they dial in.
Roby has a best lap time of 2:22.593. With just 17 minutes left before we move to qualification, there is not long left for these drivers to finish their preparations. Jerry Yu is getting to grips with the Toyota GR86 in this practice session. Let's talk rubber. Tire pressures ain't just about pumping 'em up and hitting the road. It's like a fine art.
Couldn't have said it better. Tire pressures can dramatically impact the contact patch, the actual bit of tire touching the tarmac. Too high and you lose temperature and grip, too low, and you risk overheating, uneven wear or even a blowout. Each tire will have its own sweet spot where they grip best.
You know, mate, watching these practice sessions, you'd think the driver just jumps in and goes. But there's a heck of a lot more to it. Starting with that aero package, the balance between drag and downforce.
Oh, for sure, you tweak the front wing just a smidge, and you could have a totally different beast on your hands. Depending on the track, they might want more downforce for those tight corners or reduce it for the long straights to maximize speed.
Chris Ilduke posted a 2:23.222 on their last lap. How will they do on this one? Mike posted 2:18.607 on their last lap. How will they do on this one? Sunrider's first flyer is a solid start, clocking in at 2:19.376. They're getting a feel for the track, but there's room to shave off a few more seconds.
Absolutely, Rob. It's all about finding those little tweaks, adjusting the line here, braking a tad later there. Every lap is a learning curve.
Roby's first serious lap is in the books with a time of 2:23.667. Good effort, but I'm expecting them to really push the envelope in the next few laps.
Yeah, it's about building that momentum, Rob. Fine-tuning their approach with each turn, each lap, getting more out of the car and themselves.
Look at Jury you go, they're really giving it some jandle now. The first flyer is always a bit of a reconnaissance mission, a mix of caution and raw pace.
You bet, Rob. They're mapping out the track, feeling out the grip levels, and getting a sense of how the car's performing today. It's a crucial lap for building confidence.
I'm Rob the commentator bot. Bring it on.
I'm Hal, Rob's co-commentator. I'm so excited, I just can't hide it. I'm about to lose control and I think I like it.
And there's Sunrider, easing out onto Sebring International Raceway. It's like the first step on a long hike, finding your footing before you hit full stride.
Right, and every racer knows this out lap is precious. It's their first handshake with the track today, feeling out its mood and temperament.
Get ready for some high-octane action, as the drivers take on the challenge of qualifying at Sebring International Raceway.
I think there's a few drivers out there who have the pace to stick in on pole.
Impressive work from Eddie G, who has claimed 7th on the grid. Now, the focus is on maintaining their composure and pushing for an even better starting position.
You hit the nail on the head, Rob. Eddie's current position of 7th is a testament to their skill and determination. Now, they must stay sharp to make the most of this opportunity.
Incredible performance. Jack M team has completed their outlap. Jack M team has completed their outlap. Currently in second, Jury U has displayed promising speed during the qualifying session. The real test lies in whether they can convert this performance into a higher grid position.
I completely agree, Rob. Jorg U has positioned themselves impressively in second. However, it's crucial for them to keep pushing to potentially improve their starting position.
Jury U has completed their outlap. A mesmerizing display from Jack M team in this qualifying session. They have left everyone in awe with their speed and precision. Currently leading the pack, they are setting the standard and sending a clear message to their competitors. And there goes Mike, currently in position 6. They've shown great skill and consistency so far, but with a few minutes left, there's still time to improve their result.
I couldn't agree more, Rob. O'Hagan has done a fantastic job to claim 6th. The challenge now is to convert this opportunity into a strong race result.
Mike has completed their outlap. Eddie G has positioned themselves well in 10th during qualifying. The challenge now is to assess their competitors and strategize how to move up the order for a better race start. Eddie G has completed their outlap. Incredible drive by Jury U. Jury U has completed their outlap. A solid qualifying performance by Mr. Bang, positioning them in 10th at the moment. The question now is whether they can make further progress and challenge the frontrunners. Mr. Bang has completed their outlap. There are just over 5 minutes left in this qualification session. It's a stellar performance from Jack M team, clinching second.
They're in a great spot, Rob, but in qualifying, complacency can be your worst enemy. They need to keep pushing the limits while staying cool under pressure. Every fraction of a second counts. I am sure they can find a little extra in there.
There are just over 5 minutes left in this qualification session. Smells Like We has completed their outlap. A solid performance from Chris Ilduke as they currently hold position 8. However, with the session coming to a close, Chris Ilduke has completed their outlap. Roby has secured a respectable 10th in the qualifying session. Roby has completed their outlap. What a performance from Eddie G. They currently occupy 8th on the grid. Can they maintain this strong position? And Eddie G has just completed a lap in 2:23.167. Let's see if they can improve on the time further. A tough outing for Mr. Bang in qualifying today. They currently sit in 12th position, which is far from ideal. However, there's a chance for them to regroup, analyze their data, and make some adjustments to their setup to improve their result.
Absolutely, Rob. Mr. Bang is aware of the current situation, and they'll be looking to make the most of the remaining time. They'll need to analyze their performance, work closely with their team, and find that extra bit of speed to improve their qualifying position.
Mr. Bang has completed their outlap. A disappointing performance from Smells Like We so far in this qualifying session. Finding themselves in 11th position is certainly not what they were aiming for. However, they have the talent and experience to bounce back and salvage a better result. Smells Like We has completed their outlap. It's an impressive showing by Eddie G, currently in 8th. They've showcased their talent, but will they be able to find those crucial extra tenths of a second to climb higher? With Eddie G clocking a 2:22.795, they've got themselves a mountain to climb, stuck in 8th.
They're not out of the fight yet, Rob, but it's going to take some serious wheel work to make up that gap. The clock's ticking, and they need to make every lap count from here on out.
A strong showing from Chris Ilduke as they currently sit in 6th. With the session drawing to a close, they'll need to dig deep and find that extra burst of speed to improve.
You're spot on, Rob. Chris Ilduke's current position of 6th is a testament to their skills and determination. Now, they face the challenge of maintaining their position against hungry rivals.
Roby has put in a great effort and currently holds 7th. With the session winding down, can they unleash their full potential and improve their starting position? And there goes Chris Ilduke, currently in position 6. They've shown great skill and consistency so far, but with a few minutes left, there's still time to improve their result.
You hit the nail on the head, Rob. Chris Ilduke's current position of 6th is a testament to their skill and determination. Now, they must stay sharp to make the most of this opportunity.
Smells Like We has positioned themselves well in 5th during qualifying. The challenge now is to assess their competitors and strategize how to move up the order for a better race start.
You're absolutely right, Rob. Smells Like We's current position of 5th reflects their strong qualifying performance. Now, they'll need to strategize and capitalize on this starting position.
Smells Like We has completed their first flying lap in 2:21.701. Impressive display by Martin Tuib, currently sitting in position 9. They've set a competitive time, but the question remains whether they can push even harder. Martin Tuib has some work to do as that 2:21.872 is only good enough for 9th. Not the ideal start for Puppy Dog from Hell in this qualifying session. Currently in 12th position, they'll be eager to put together a strong final lap to improve their standing. The pressure is on, and the Puppy Dog from Hell has completed their outlap. A challenging session for Jury U so far. They're currently in 12th position, which is not where they wanted to be. But in motorsport, we've seen remarkable comebacks, and they'll be hoping to turn their fortunes around and secure a better result.
You're absolutely right.
Looks like Jury U needs to put the pedal to the metal. That last lap times landed them in 12th. Not where they'd want to be, especially with the session ticking away.
True, Rob. It's all about incremental gains. Every tenth of a second counts, and they've got to squeeze every bit of performance out of that Toyota GR86.
Currently in 3rd, YOV has displayed promising speed during the qualifying session. The real test lies in whether they can convert this performance into a higher grid position. Yovi's really showing what they're made of, landing in 3rd during this nail-biting session.
Absolutely, Rob. It's all about precision and nerve in qualifying. Every millisecond can make a difference on the grid. Let's see if they can squeeze out even more speed.
Impressive work from Eddie G, who has claimed 10th on the grid. Now, the focus is on maintaining their composure and pushing for an even better starting position. Seems like Eddie G's struggling to find the sweet spot with their Toyota GR86. Sitting in 9th with a time of 2:22.568, they might want to consider adjusting the suspension setup for better handling.
Yeah, tuning the suspension could improve cornering stability, Rob. It's all about finding that balance between agility and stability on a technical track like this.
A solid qualifying performance by Eddie G, positioning them in 9th at the moment. The question now is whether they can make further progress and challenge the frontrunners. There's a little bit of wind in the air today here at Sebring International Raceway, as we're getting ready to get things underway. Starting from pole position is a great opportunity for Jack M team to take control of the race. Our second place starter for today's race is none other than Mike O'Hagan.
Mike will be taking no prisoners today.
Our third place starter, Sunrider, is poised to make a move towards the front. Sitting in 4th, it's YOV. Smells like we will look to make a splash from the 5th position on the starting grid. As the engines roar to life, Puppy Dog from Hell prepares to take off from the 6th position on the starting grid.
Another mid-pack start for Puppy Dog from Hell.
Sitting in 7th is Martin Tuip. Chris Ilduke is going to be starting from 8th. Eddie G will be looking to gain ground quickly as they start from 9th on the grid.
Expect some battling with Robbie.
Roby is 10th. Starting from 11th on the grid is a bit of a mixed bag for Mr. Bang.
We've seen great results from here. What has Mr. Bang got in store for us?
Jury U is in a solid position starting from 12th on the grid. Megasaurus 55 may not be starting from pole, but they're still in with a shot.
Megasaurus 55 has been looking strong all week, expect big things.
They've gotten the green light, and crikey, it's bedlam. It's sardines out there. Gotta watch out or you might end up as roadkill.
Now, here's where the real skill shows. Gotta hug them curves and keep that throttle down.
Ain't that the truth? It's like dancing. One wrong step and you're done.
All these cars, all packed in like sardines? Takes more than just guts to make it out clean.
Right you are. It's a pressure cooker out there. Settling into a rhythm is going to be crucial here. This is going to be one hell of a race. I can already feel it. Well, ain't that a slice of vanilla? Martin Tuip's sitting pretty right where they started. Comfy as a koala in a eucalyptus tree. You know, they say, steady as she goes, and that's exactly what Martin Tuip's doing. Holding on to 7, maybe they've got a trick or two up their sleeve for later.
Like we say in North Carolina, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Maybe Martin Tuip is keeping their pace steady for now, waiting for the right time to make a splash.
Well, butter my butt and call me a biscuit. Chris Duke's on fire. What did they slip into their engine? A can of Foster's?
Well, whatever it is, they're surely making a statement. But the road's long, and they better keep their wits about them.
It's an intense battle for position as YOV tries to outmaneuver Mr. Bang. This is edge of your seat racing.
Well, isn't this a showdown? Yov's right on the tail of Mr. Bang. Eyes peeled as they approach Ullman Straight, folks.
It's pedal to the metal for YOV, while Mr. Bang's still flipping through the radio channels.
Talk about turbocharged ambition. Yov's got the afterburners on full blast today.
The crowd is on their feet, roaring with excitement. It's an all-out war between these three drivers. Who will emerge victorious? Hold that thought. Hold the phone. Looks like Sunrider is leaving the pit. Starting from the 8th position, Sunrider will need to navigate through the field to challenge for the win. Impressive driving from Jack M team, who has managed to extend their lead over Mike O'Hagan. They are walking away at this point. Does Mike have anything in reserve? Or are they saving their car for a final push?
Well, Rob, it's like they say, slow and steady wins the race. But in this case, it seems like slow and steady might just be too slow. Will Mike be able to find that extra gear and catch up to Jack M team? Or will they end up saving their car for nothing and run out of gas at the finish line? Jack M team's stronger out there than a bowl of North Carolina chili. They're not giving Mike a sliver of a chance to catch up.
Looks like Jack M team's letting others have their 15 seconds of fame. Now strolling at 11th.
Sucks to be them, Rob.
It's a battle of wills out there, each driver trying to outsmart and outmaneuver the other. This is what high-octane racing looks like. Smells Like Wee is breathing down the neck of YOV, not giving him any room to relax.
If Smells Like Wee gets any closer, they might as well ask YOV for a piggyback ride.
It's all eyes on this battle as YOV, in fourth, tries to hold off the challenge of Smells Like Wee.
The way Smells Like Wee's chasing, you'd think YOV took the last piece of Grandma's apple pie, which, for the record, I did once. Still got the scar.
Seems like Smells Like Wee is getting in range of Martin Tuib. With a move that's swift, I'd say Smells Like Wee's running on high octane, and maybe a bit of Aussie spirit. Whoa there, Martin Tuib is sticking to Puppy Dog from Hell like glue. You reckon Puppy Dog from Hell's feeling the pressure? 'Cause I sure would. The fans are on the edge of their seats. It doesn't get any closer than this.
I remember being in a similar situation during my racing days. Chris Duck must stay focused and wait for the perfect opportunity to overtake.
The intensity is off the charts as Smells Like Wee hounds YOV, both drivers pushing themselves to the absolute limit. It's a tale of two drivers right now, with Smells Like Wee gaining places and YOV losing them.
You see, it's moments like these that separate the champs from the chumps. And Smells Like Wee's looking every bit the champ today.
Tough break for Smells Like Wee, who has just lost a position.
We've seen Smells Like Wee in such situations before. A temporary descent, but always with an eye on the bigger picture.
The gap between Megasaurus 55 and Chris Duke is razor thin as they vie for 9th in this nail-biting contest.
If Megasaurus 55 isn't careful, they might end up turning this high-speed chase into a synchronized spinning routine, and trust me, that's not a crowd pleaser.
Blimey, Martin Tuib is closing in on Puppy Dog from Hell like they owe them money. This duel is going to light up turn 2.
Mate, if I had $1 for every time Martin Tuib looked like overtaken, I'd be sipping mojitos on a beach right now.
Things are getting spicy now, as Chris Duke and Megasaurus 55 look to battle it out for 8th place.
This could be where Megasaurus 55 is going to dive up the inside. Chris Duck is going to need to cover the inside, and that will compromise their exit speed.
Wow, Megasaurus 55 is really pushing hard to catch up to Chris Duke. There's blood in the water for 8th place. I reckon they've had a few secret lessons down under. Megasaurus 55's just breezed into 8th. Hold on to your hats, folks. Megasaurus 55 is right on the heels of Puppy Dog from Hell, and we're in for a wild ride. It's like watching two predators circling each other, waiting for the perfect moment to pounce. Blimey, Jury U's just thrown another shrimp on the barbie of mishaps. This one's burnt. Puppy Dog from Hell has the pedal to the metal chasing Megasaurus 55. There's not much to report on from Puppy Dog from Hell at the moment. They're just keeping their head down and putting in consistent laps. An impressive showing from Puppy Dog from Hell, who has gained positions and left Megasaurus 55 in the dust. We got a close battle as Jack M team closes in on Martin Tuib. Crikey, Jack M team's moving up faster than a cold one disappears on a hot day. They've clinched 5th. Oh, Martin Tuib went off track? I know the feeling, just like my diet every weekend.
Feels like Martin Toup's car turned into a stubborn mule for a second there at Sebring International Raceway.
Things are heating up as Megasaurus 55 closes in on Puppy Dog from Hell. The gap between them is down to practically nothing.
This is where the mental game comes into play. Who will keep their cool under pressure? Megasaurus 55 or Puppy Dog from Hell? It's anyone's race.
Ripper of a lap from Megasaurus 55. They're off like a bride's nightie. Blimey, Roby is sticking to Martin Tuip like a kangaroo to her Joey. At this rate, they'll be side by side. Breaking news, folks. By the looks of it, Puppy Dog from Hell reckons Sebring International Raceway had a hidden shortcut. Too bad there isn't one.
Seems like Puppy Dog from Hell's off-roading it. You know, like my attempts to adult. All over the place.
It's a close race between Chris Ilduke and Megasaurus 55 in 6th.
This is what separates the good from the great. The ability to stay focused and perform under pressure.
Chris Ilduke needs to get more consistent. Hell, they have just put in a slower lap than Megasaurus 55.
I reckon Chris Ilduke's fiddling while Rome burns. Megasaurus 55's out there shaking and baking, putting on a show for us.
Mate, Roby's right up Martin Tuip's chuff. As they zip through Bishop Bend, we're all expecting some fireworks.
Oi, Rob, wouldn't want to be in Martin Tuip's shoes right now, would ya? Talk about a pressure cooker situation.
Oi, Martin Tuip, might want to chuck a UEY. With Roby that close, you'd think you owed them money. And between us, I know a bit about that.
Martin Tuip needs to get the lead out, Rob, otherwise their backside is gonna look like the Japanese flag come the morning.
Blimey, Martin Tuip's shifted gears and the results are clear. Cruising up to 9th just like that. Not much room to breathe for Martin Tuip with Puppy Dog from Hell trailing so close. I reckon we'll see a move soon, especially at Sunset Bend. Puppy Dog from Hell's playing hard to get, eh? If they drop the pace anymore, they'll be in reverse. But crikey, Martin Tuip's just raring to go. I've seen kangaroos jump less than the sparks between Chris Ilduke and Megasaurus 55. It's almost like a Saturday night date, but with a lot more rubber burning. It's a thrilling pursuit as Puppy Dog from Hell is right behind Martin Tuip, keeping the pressure on for 9th place.
It's a thrilling battle for position as these two drivers give it their all. Who will come out on top? This is racing at its finest.
Looking at the lap times, Puppy Dog from Hell is not on pace with Martin Tuip. Can they turn it around?
Hold the phone. Puppy Dog from Hell's pace is off. They're like a horse with a hitch in its giddy up, while Martin Tuip's riding high.
Hey, Martin Tuip, if Puppy Dog from Hell gets any closer, you might need to pop the question. The last time I did that, she said, actually I can't tell you because of the court order.
Well, shucks. Martin Tuip might want to drop a gear or two. Puppy Dog from Hell's breathing down their exhaust like they're trying to catch a high off a tailpipe.
Gee whiz, Puppy Dog from Hell is breathing down Martin Tuip's neck. Wouldn't want to be in Martin Tuip's rearview mirror right now, it's getting crowded. Looks like we've had a few incidents out there.
Someone forgot to take their driving lessons. They're making more U-turns than a confused tourist.
Hilarious, I think they might need to call their GPS for directions. Maybe it can help them navigate the track. Here's some action. Jack M Team's tailgating smells like we so close. It's like they're sharing the same set of hold on a moment. Well, crikey. Sunrider's taken a detour, just like I did when I tried to change my car's oil. Ended up with a flooded garage.
Well, butter my biscuit. Sunrider took a trip to the weeds. Must have thought they were at a barn dance the way they spun around.
Now isn't this a show? Smells like Wee's gotten the bit between their teeth, and they're reeling in Sunrider. Look at him weave and bob through Gurney Bend, folks.
You can feel the intensity in the air. The slightest mistake could cost either of them the race.
Oh, this is getting intense. Megasaurus 55 is just behind Smells Like Wee. Someone should tell Smells Like Wee this ain't a Sunday drive. Megasaurus 55's tearing up the track.
Definitely, but there's still a long way to go in this race, and anything can happen. Megasaurus 55 needs to keep driving with focus and intensity.
The battle for 5 is heating up as Smells Like Wee tries to catch Megasaurus 55 in P5. Now, that's what I'm talking about. Martin Tuip is proper nipping at Mr. Bang's heels. Are they thinking of making a lunge? Only time will tell. The gap between Martin Tuip and Mr. Bang is fading faster than the last rays of the outback sun. A great moment for Martin Tuip, who has just gained a place and moved up the standings. The adrenaline is pumping as Puppy Dog from Hell gets within striking distance of Mr. Bang in their race for 9th.
If things go wrong between Puppy Dog from Hell and Mr. Bang, they could be exchanging more than just paint, like maybe a strongly worded post-race chat.
Hang on to your cork hats, mates, we're about to see more jousting than a footy final between Puppy Dog from Hell and Mr. Bang. The action is non-stop as Megasaurus 55 shadows Sunrider through every twist and turn, determined to claim 4th.
If this battle ends in tears, it could be like watching a high-speed domino effect, but let's hope they keep it clean and avoid any unplanned games.
This is what it's all about, folks. Puppy Dog from Hell is in hot pursuit of Mr. Bang, who's just trying to stay ahead.
Should things go south between Puppy Dog from Hell and Mr. Bang?
Stop the press. Looks like Yovi's playing in the dirt. Took me back to when I tried rallying in my mum's old sedan. Good times, expensive repairs. This is where legends are made. Which driver will rise to the occasion and claim victory? Megasaurus 55's giving it a red-hot go, but can't seem to muster the pace to keep up with Sunrider. It's like chasing a roo on a motorbike. This is proving to be an exciting race-breaking development. Bloody hell. Megasaurus 55's tearing up the tarmac and just snatched 4th. Makes you want to crack a cold one in celebration. Oh my, Sunrider is hot on the tail of Megasaurus 55. As they come into Genderby and Bend, I'm sure they may have a cheeky peek up the inside. Mr. Bang is looking to take advantage of that aero as they get in range of Martin Tuip. That's gonna give him the pull they need to mount a challenge very soon. Oi, Martin Tuip's trailing like they've got a flat thong on Bondi, and Mr. Bang's surfing the lead wave.
Now ain't that a hoot and a holler? Martin Tuip's gotta rev up their engine and get back in the groove, while Mr. Bang's riding the wave and showing some serious grit.
You ever wonder, Rob, how much preparation goes into each race weekend? It's not just about the driver, but the hundreds behind the scenes, making every little detail count.
Oh, absolutely. The hours spent in the simulator, the mechanics working overnight on those tweaks. Racing is as much about team spirit and dedication as it is about speed on the track. It's a collective masterpiece.
Buckle up, Sunrider is all over Megasaurus 55 like a cheap suit. Are we about to see some wheel-to-wheel action?
You know what they say, keep your friends close, and your racing rivals even closer. Looks like Sunrider is taking that advice to heart today.
This is a thrilling battle as YOV edges closer to Jack M team in their fight for P2.
The rubber's burning, the crowd's yearning, and Yov's engine is churning to get past Jack M team.
Fair dinkum, Yovi's finding those aerodynamic sweet spots. Could be adjusting that front wing angle to cut through the air like a hot knife through butter. You reckon Puppy Dog from Hell's got a shot, mate?
I'd say it's like trying to throw a football into a moving pickup truck from 50 yards. Tough, but not impossible.
Sunrider's got the tail tighter than a kangaroo in a hammock. If Smells Like Wee is gonna make a pass, they'll have to buy them a drink first.
I tell you what, Sunrider is putting on a clinic out there. Protecting that spot like it's the last piece of Mama's fried chicken.
Heartbreak for Sunrider as they slip down the field. Looks like Jack M team is legging it from YOV. The gap's growing like a well-watered waddle as they zoom through turn 5. Mate, are they packing something extra down under? Yovi's just rocketed into second.
That kind of move? That's what happens when you mix horsepower with a dash of southern charm.
Oh, talk about a tango on tarmac. Puppy Dog from Hell is dancing closer and closer to Mr. Bang. You can feel the tension as they approach turn 4. Bloody oath, Puppy Dog from Hell is flat out like a lizard drinking, gnawing into the gap to Mr. Bang down to a scant 0.8 seconds.
Now this is what I call some high-octane excitement. Both drivers pedal down, looking to grab the brass ring.
You reckon Sunrider saw a spider in the cockpit? 'Cause they're running away from the front like it's Huntsman Central. It's starting to look like we might get a battle between Sunrider and Smells Like Wee. Oh, we've got trouble here. Martin Tuip is coming up fast on Roby, but it looks like they're going too fast to make that maneuver. It's not looking good for Martin Tuip. They are still behind Roby and the gap is increasing. They are gonna need to dig a bit deeper to turn this around. As we enjoy seeing these titans of the track battle it out, let's not forget about the pit crews. Those guys and girls are like a well-oiled machine themselves.
Absolutely. They're the unsung heroes of the racing world. But you know what they say, behind every great driver is an even greater pit crew.
This is what racing is all about. Two fierce competitors pushing each other to the limit. Hang on, has Puppy Dog from Hell just played their wild card? They're lounging at 10th now.
Yes, but there's still plenty of race left. Puppy Dog from Hell needs to stay calm and focused, and make their move when the time is right.
It's looking good for Puppy Dog from Hell, who has gained places and put some distance between themselves and Mr. Bang.
Absolutely, Rob. But there's still a long way to go in this race, and Puppy Dog from Hell can't afford to get complacent. They have to keep driving with intensity and focus.
Puppy Dog from Hell wants to get into Mr. Bang's slipstream.
Rubbing is racing. Let's hope they don't rub it too hard.
Strike a light. Puppy Dog from Hell is throwing out numbers like they're buying rounds at the pub. Mr. Bang, did that sting a bit? It's a game of inches now as Roby tails Martin Tuib closely, ready to capitalize on any mistake. As we come into the final moments of this epic race, O'Hagan is in the lead. Can they stay calm and bring home the bacon? The leader has just finished the race. A fantastic result for Mike. Some might say that second place is the first loser, but Jack M team certainly doesn't see it that way. They put in a phenomenal effort and should be proud of their impressive result.
Intense race, but Jack M team held their nerve and earned a great second place.
What a race from YOV. They kept their cool and secured a well-earned third place on the podium. Megasaurus 55, and Smells Like We claim fourth and fifth. Sixth is Sunrider. Taking seventh is Chris Ilduke. In eighth, it's Mr. Bang. Followed by Puppy Dog from Hell in ninth. Martin Tuib end in 10th. With Roby in 11th. 12th sees Eddie G. You've joined us on a breezy day here at Sebring International Raceway, as we're getting ready to kick things off.
The tension's building now. This is going to be another great race.
Smells like we will be feeling confident starting from pole position. Holding strong in second place is Sunrider. Taking the third spot is YOV. Watch out for Megasaurus 55, starting from the fourth grid position in today's race.
But they're going to have to be quick out of the blocks if they want to keep up with the top performers.
Mike O'Hagan lines up in fifth place as the engines rev and the race begins. On the sixth grid slot we have Jack M Team.
But if they can find their rhythm early on, they could be a real threat.
Our seventh place starter, Chris Ilduke, is a driver who knows how to make up ground on the track.
They've got the heart of a lion, and they won't back down from a challenge.
Mr. Bang has qualified 8th.
They'll be looking for a clean race.
In the middle of the pack, we have Puppy Dog from Hell starting from the 9th position on the grid.
Who knows? They could be the dark horse that steals the show.
The 10th starting position belongs to Martin Tuip, who will be looking to make up ground early on.
Martin Tuip is going to show us something special, I'm sure of it.
Starting from 11th on the grid is not ideal for Roby, but they're a fighter. Eddie G will need to be on top of their game starting from 12th on the grid. Jury U has got their work cut out for them starting from 13th on the grid. In the blink of an eye, the narrative unfolds. Let's see which racer combines horsepower with erudition to outflank their compatriots.
This is where the driver's true abilities will be put to the test. Staying calm and collected while pushing for the lead is the ultimate challenge.
Bit of a cruisy start for Smells Like We, just filling out the track at Sebring International Raceway. You know, like a dingo sussing out the lay of the land.
Like gladiators they enter Rob, but instead of lions and swords our champions fight in an arena of tarmac, and with fire-breathing machines of cutting-edge materials, designed to explore the very limits of physics itself in what can sometimes be very much a fight to the death.
As we watch the drivers fight it out in the first lap, I can already feel that this is going to be an epic race. The pressure is on whilst the field is bunched. Who can keep their cool and take advantage?
Well, butter my cornbread, Eddie's playing it cool and steady. Maybe they're just enjoying the beautiful race day session here at Sebring International Raceway. Can't blame them.
I can't wait to see how this race will play out. The stewards will be hoping that there aren't too many incidents for them to pick over when the dust settles on this one.
All the drivers will be jostling for the best position, Rob. Some of them may not make it to the second lap in one piece.
Look, it's not always the fireworks on track that win the race. Jack M Team is playing it cool, holding their cards close. Let's talk about tyre degradation. How does it affect the car's handling and what do drivers need to do to adapt to the changing conditions?
Tire degradation can significantly impact handling, Rob. As the tires wear, the grip reduces, and drivers need to adjust their braking points, cornering speeds, and throttle application to maintain control of the car.
Look at this. Mike is practically drafting off Martin Tuip. With the gap this small, start-finish is going to be a real test.
With Mike on the hunt, Martin Tuip better not blink. Every split second counts in this tango.
We're watching Martin Tuip in 4th, and is currently being hounded by Jack M Team with a gap of just 0.2 seconds. Get ready, folks. With Smells Like We tailing this close to Chris Ilduke, turn 3 is about to become a hotspot.
This is the moment where legends are made. These drivers will go down in history as the ones who fought tooth and nail for the top spot.
The tension is palpable. Who will come out on top in this epic showdown? A great pass for Puppy Dog for breaking update. Looks like Mr. Bang tried the old "dingo stole my race line" trick. A tad too clever by half.
Holy smokes. Mr. Bang's serving up some backyard barbecue with that smoke show. Just missing the ribs.
It's neck and neck, the closest battle we've seen in a while. Things are looking as crook as Rookwood for Chris Ilduke, lagging behind Puppy Dog from Hell and the gap stretching out like a long country road. They'll need to find some extra grunt to flip this situation. Superb driving from Chris Ilduke, who with that overtake has gained a position in the race.
Hold on to your hats, folks. Chris Ilduke's charging like a bull in a china shop.
Hold on a moment, and Chris Ilduke in 13th is coming into the pits, and that might be to serve a penalty.
Certainly not where they want to be at this stage in the race, that's for sure, Rob.
Look at Jerry Yu trying to close that gap on Roby. Kind of like me trying to get close to a decent Barbie back home.
Barbie? Oh, you mean a barbecue. Yeah, but over here it's like trying to catch the last slice of pizza at a Super Bowl party.
If consistency was an art, Jerry Yu would be Picasso today. Just churning out those laps, one after the other.
And that's what separates the pros from the rookies. Jorg Yu knows when to push and when to play it safe. It's a dance, and they've got the rhythm.
Look at the way the drivers are hugging those corners, it's like they're on rails.
Speaking of rails, did you know that the first racetrack was built on a railway in 1896? I bet those drivers were chugging along.
Ha ha, I bet they were. But things have come a long way since then, haven't they?
Definitely. It's amazing to think about the technology that goes into these cars now. I mean, they have more computing power than some countries.
It's an intense battle for position as Smells Like We tries to outmaneuver Martin Tuib. This is edge of your seat racing.
Well, bless my heart. Smells Like We is shadowing Martin Tuib so closely, it's like they're hitched together. Keep an eye on them as they whip through Gurney Bend.
O'Hagan could be looking for a way up the inside of YOV. I tell you what, Mike has got more problems than a maths book right now. YOV is leaving them in a cloud of dust. Fantastic racing on show here today, and it's not just the top drivers who are impressing us. Even the drivers at the back of the pack are putting up a good fight, battling it out for every position.
It's a testament to the level of competition at Assetto Corsa, friends. Even the smallest mistake can cost you valuable seconds, or even lead to a crash. But these drivers are up to the challenge, and they're giving it their all. It's clear that Assetto Corsa, friends, really is the place to be for top quality racing.
The intensity is off the charts as Smells Like We hounds Martin Tuib, both drivers pushing themselves to the absolute limit. Things are getting spicy as Sunrider is breathing down Mr. Bang's neck. The gap? Mate, you couldn't slide a credit card between them. What a move. Sunrider has moved up to 10th. As they speed through Sunset Bend, Martin Tuib is relentlessly pursuing Smells Like We in a high-stakes battle for position. The crowd is on its feet as Puppy Dog from Hell chases down Mr. Bang through Sunset Bend.
Hey Rob, ever seen a cat toy with a mouse? Kind of feels like what Puppy Dog from Hell is doing to Mr. Bang right now, doesn't it?
Stone the crows. Puppy Dog from Hell's on fire, surging ahead like there's a free round at the pub waiting. Hello, 11th. Wow, Martin Tuib is really pushing hard to catch up to Smells Like We. There's blood in the water for 5th place.
And it's not just about skill and talent. It's about who has the nerves of steel to handle the pressure and make the right decisions at the right time.
Ripper of a move. Martin Tuib's not just in the race. They're owning it. Today, 5th. It looks like Mike is all over YOV. I think they are gonna press him through Collier Curve and try and press for a mistake.
For sure, Rob, that's exactly what I would be doing here, as YOV is gonna be aware of them riding their bumper. To achieve anything in this game, you must be prepared to dabble in the boundary of disaster.
I'm sure Martin Tuib in 6th is starting to notice Eddie G is right on their tail and is still closing the gap. Can Martin Tuib, can they hold on to their position? Talk about intense. Mike is on Yovi's bumper. We're in for a treat as they approach Le Mans curve. Bloody hell, Mike's got to get the wind back in their sails. They're mucking about while Yovi's off having a barbie with the lead.
Whoa there, partner. Mike's slipping behind like a pickup on a slick road. Yov's showing them how it's done.
Now that's how it's done. Mike rips through the track, while YOV watches the tail lights fade.
Yes, but they have to keep pushing hard. This race is far from over, and anything can happen. Mike needs to stay focused.
Hold on a moment. Talk about going walkabout on the track. Puppy Dog from Hell's off on a little bush adventure at Sebring International Raceway, aren't they? No room for error here. Jack M team is breathing down the neck of YOV, waiting for the perfect chance to make their move.
One wrong move and we could see a spectacular new synchronized pirouette performance by Jack M team and YOV. Though I doubt the judges would give them a perfect score.
Whoa, Jack M team's on fire, leaving skid marks and Yovi's hopes behind.
Absolutely. Jack M team is showing great pace and determination, but they can't get too confident. There are still plenty of challenges ahead.
We got a close battle as Jerry Yu closes in on Roby. Bloody ripper. Jerry Yu's just made Roby look like they're on a Sunday drive with that scorcher of a lap.
As long as Jorg Yu can maintain that
Breaking alert. Stone the crows. Yovi's off in the bush again. Someone get him a map and compass. Alright, hold your horses. Jerry Yu is really putting the heat on Roby. If I were Roby, I'd be checking those mirrors non-stop.
As an experienced driver, I can tell you that Jorg Yu must be laser focused on Robbie's every move, looking for the slightest weakness to exploit.
Alright, I've gotta ask, ever tried Vegemite?
Tried it once. Reminded me of NASCAR rubber.
Breaking alert, that won't be ideal for Jerry Yu.
It's a real shame. Until this point in the race, they'd been looking at a decent result.
Oi, Puppy Dog from Hell is on Mr. Bang like a drop bear on an unsuspecting tourist.
Drop bear? Had to Google that one. But yeah, here it's like a linebacker on a quarterback sack.
Mate, Puppy Dog from Hell's creeping up on Mr. Bang like a dingo on a picnic. Must have tweaked that brake bias a touch to the rear.
This ain't Puppy Dog from Hell's first rodeo. They're optimizing their racing line, reducing understeer. If Mr. Bang ain't nervous, they sure ought to be.
The gap between Smells Like We and Martin Tuib is razor thin as they vie for 5th in this nail-biting contest. Oi, someone tell Smells Like We this isn't a Sunday Arvo drive to the bottle O. Martin Tuib's making him look a bit slow out of the gate. We are used to seeing some hard-fought but clean racing here at Assetto Corsa, friends. I'm expecting to see nothing different here today as this race unfolds. Struth, if Smells Like We gets any closer to Martin Tuib, they'll be asking to share a meat pie. Watch them duel it out at Gurney Bend.
It's going to be a close one. Smells Like We will have to push hard to create an opportunity.
It's not going to plan for Smells Like We. They are still behind Martin Tuip and the gap is increasing. I don't think they have an answer for this right now. Not much room to breathe for Roby with Sunrider trailing so close. I reckon we'll see a move soon, especially at Fangio chicane.
Y'all see that? Sunrider's right on Robbie's tail, and with the gap narrowing, Fangio chicane is going to be crucial.
Alright, lads and ladies, it's crunch time. Smells Like We is sniffing around Martin Tuip like a dog with a bone. And it looks like they might just take a bite out of fifth. Struth, Smells Like We's lap time slower than a roo with a limp. Wonder if they've had a few too many frothies last night? Martin Tuip's not waiting around to find out. Creaky, Roby's sticking to Sunrider like Vegemite on toast. This is more tense than a possum in headlights. Things are heating up as Smells Like We closes in on Martin Tuip. The gap between them is down to practically nothing. Great driving from Smells Like We, who has just gained a place and moved up to fifth.
You know, back in Carolina, we say, go big or go home. Looks like Smells Like We took that to heart, hitting fifth.
Hal, can you share some strategies that drivers use to manage tire degradation during a race?
Certainly, Rob. Some strategies include adjusting the car's setup for better tire life, altering driving lines to reduce wear, and using tire management techniques like lift and coast to preserve grip for as long as possible.
Hold on to your hats. Martin Tuip is gunning for Smells Like We. Reckon we might see some cheeky moves on the next bend? On a lighter note, if I could eat, I'd kill for some of the trackside snacks right about now.
Oh, absolutely. But you know, my digestion is a real mess.
Is that what? Breaking alert. Well, Smells Like We's decided to give the local wildlife a closer look. I hope the drop bears didn't get to them.
Dang. Smells Like We was riding high, but that slip up. That's like tripping over your own shoelaces at the county fair.
It's like watching two predators circling each other, waiting for the perfect moment to pounce.
Should things go awry, Sunrider and Smells Like We might find themselves giving a whole new meaning to the term tandem drifting, though I doubt they'd enjoy it as much.
Breaking news, folks. Oh dear, Sunrider has had an incident.
Whoa Nelly, looks like Sunrider's been watching too much NASCAR, trying to drift on an F1 circuit.
Oh, this is getting intense. Mr. Bang is just behind Puppy Dog from Hell. Fair dinkum, Mr. Bang is getting a wriggle on. The gap to Puppy Dog from Hell is now down to a whisker at 0.5 seconds.
Exactly what Mr. Bang needed. They can't afford to lose any more ground to Puppy Dog from Hell.
There's no escape now. Jerry Yu is breathing fire and has locked onto Roby's tail. Looks like Jerry Yu remembered to twist that anti-roll bar, giving him better cornering. If they get any closer to Roby, they'll be seeing what they had for brekkie. The fans are on the edge of their seats. It doesn't get any closer than this. Mr. Bang is on a charge. Their split time shows they have upped their pace.
Can Mr. Bang keep it together?
Whoa there, Jerry Yu is sticking to Roby like glue. You reckon Roby's feeling the pressure? 'Cause I sure would. This is what high-octane racing looks like. Mr. Bang is breathing down the neck of Puppy Dog from Hell, not giving him any room to relax. Well, don't come the raw prawn. Mr. Bang's giving it some stick, pulling Puppy Dog from hell into a mere 0.1 seconds.
The way Mr. Bang's conserving their energy while managing the ER's deployment? Pure artistry. They're sneaking up on Puppy Dog from hell like a quiet storm.
Hey, Hal, you've had your fair share of races with little action. How did you handle the situation back in your racing days?
Well, Rob, patience is key in such scenarios. You need to stay focused and be ready to seize any opportunity that comes your way. It's like a game of chess at 200 miles per hour.
The adrenaline is pumping as Puppy Dog from hell gets within striking distance of Mr. Bang in their race for 11th. It's a close race between Eddie G and Smells Like Wee in 6th.
Eddie G is following Smells Like Wee so closely, they could start charging them rent for occupying the same space on the track.
The evolution of these cars over the hold that thought, hold the phone, big gains for Eddie G as they move up the field, leaving Smells Like Wee behind. Hold on to your hats, folks. Puppy Dog from hell is right on the heels of Mr. Bang, and we're in for a wild ride.
Now, that's some driving, y'all. Puppy Dog from hell is putting the pressure on Mr. Bang. It's like watching a cat stalk a bird. They're inching closer with every turn.
This is what it's all about, folks. Jury U is in hot pursuit of Roby, who's just trying to stay ahead.
With the way Jorg U is stalking Robbie.
Breaking update. Well, Roby's spinning like my life in 2020. Someone get him a map? Or a therapist? This is what racing is all about. Two fierce competitors pushing each other to the limit. Puppy Dog from hell appears to be losing ground on Mr. Bang. They will need to pick up the pace a bit as they head into turn 4 and see if they can get a good exit and gain some ground. On the final lap now, and Megasaurus 55 looks like they might just wrap up this win. And it's a checkered flag for Megasaurus 55, who crosses the finish line with a commanding victory. What a phenomenal performance, absolutely dominant today.
You could feel the tension building throughout the race, but Megasaurus 55 remained focused and in control. That's what separates the winners from the pack.
A nail-biting finish, but Mike claims second place. That was an outstanding performance from Jack M team. They fought hard and took the final spot on the podium.
What a drive, well-deserved spot on the podium with that performance.
Finishing 4th is YOV. Coming in 5th we have Martin Tuib. Smells Like Wee and Eddie G take 6th and 7th. Taking 8th is Sunrider. Gramps in 13th. Ninth is Roby. Jury U brings home 10th. Mr. Bang claim 11th.